this may seem out of place now, but I'm going to come back to this later. But about 1.5 pounds-ish, maybe 1 3/4. I forget what kind of cut of steak it is. I think it's whatever, reasonably lean. Covered in a goddamn anything rub. But here's the real kicker. This is not going onto a pan. I'm throwing this into a pot of heated water. So I'll explain later. This is kind of foreshadowing. But let's get in the car. Yeah, so I'll get back to those steaks later. Not necessarily a full day of eating, but how about a partial day of eating? I'm not gonna title this that though. It's chest. If you're aware of the workout split, then well, you already know that. But same gym as last time. I mean, I don't even know what I'm gonna. I really just have to get in there and see. You know, no matter what, I'm gonna start off with a little tricep, shoulder, back, slight chest warm up. I mean, just kind of playing around with the cables, maybe a little bit of pec deck, doing some kind of cross body presses just to kind of get everything up here moving. Because if I don't, well, I guess I don't notice anything now that I've been doing this warm up, but for the longest time I would just jump straight into my pressing. I would still do like push down warm ups for my triceps and my chest, but I wouldn't really specifically warm up my rotator cuff and my shoulder. And ever since I've really started kind of emphasizing that, like to the point where I'm going to do at least 3 or 4 minutes, maybe even 5-ish, you know, not forever, but I'm going to take my time and really get some, I don't even know exactly what I would say it does, like getting blood flow to the area or just activating it. I mean, just by lifting weights in a warm-up-y kind of way, you are going to be stronger. You know, if I try to do a 1 rep max bench right now, completely cold, for one, I'm going to rip both my pecs off, but let's say I didn't, I would just be weaker. You know, the process of warming up a muscle and activating it and using it a little bit, maybe it's just like a neurological thing, like your neurons, your nerves can just fire a little bit better. That's probably got to be a big chunk of it. But, you know, shoulder injuries have seemed to disappear after that slight implementation. So maybe I'll get a couple clips of those just to give you a little bit of insight. I've got a bad habit of just turning the camera off, doing my full warm-up, and then only hitting record on the first working set. And yeah, you know, for some movements like back, all I really do to warm up is light pull downs, and then go a little bit heavier, a little heavier, a little heavier, and then I'm ready for a real pull down set. But with something like chest, it does have a little bit more of an extensive warm up. So, yeah, quick talk there. I can almost guarantee that I'm going to be pumped unless the gym explodes while I'm in there. And even then, I'd probably still be pretty pumped. I'd just be rocking the Gus Fring half face. So let's just get started. I was scanning for somebody like big enough. I'm like not worried.
Man, I'm nervous.
Nah, you got it. Okay. All right, help on like 4. So just grab it now. Yeah, give me some. One more big pull. Oh my God. Thanks.
Good shit.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's perfect. Thanks. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's move on. You know something? I've never... Actually, that's not true. I've used this machine once. But usually for me, because I have a tendency, especially on machine presses, to roll my shoulders forward and like pretty much use a lot of front delta press. But this feels like it's fucking all chest. I may get a little front delts towards the end because the closer I get to failure, I try not to, but I kind of end up utilizing any fucking muscle that will help press the weight upwards. So I might get just a touch of front delt, but nothing else to say. 3 plates felt a little too light, so added a 10. Let's just go nuts. One benefit of machines you may not think about is, for one thing, I now have no risk of killing myself because the weight's never gonna fall on me like with the incline barbell. So that might distract me a little. And also I don't have to worry about balancing the weight. So all I have to think about is flexing my chest as hard as I can, getting in the zone. Which, though, no more talking. Let's hit the set. I was about to get into the argument between free weights and barbell, or free weights and machines. Yeah. 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 Okay. One more. Let's lose the 10. Actually, you know what? No. I've got something else in mind. You're probably more likely to see a random clip on like Instagram.
Oh, fair enough.
No, that's sweet though. Thanks. Alright, let's get real. So, I've got 2 plates, a 25, and then another plate. So, heavy set, 6, 7 reps, whatever I can manage. Then peel off that outer plate for a drop. Neutral grip as well. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Let's eat some pec flies. Oh god. Controlled reps for the beginning, and once I get kind of fatigued, I'll sort of burn out. You get the gist. Okay. All right. One more. Over. Okay. Let's lose this extra weight. Okay. Okay. Not done yet, but close. I think just one more something or other, maybe 2 sets, and then we can plunge down. So I wanted to do like bent over cable press, but the pulleys are a little bit like frictiony, so it's not super, like it's smooth, but it's kind of like, you can tell it's not super smooth. So instead I'm thinking pre-exhaust with flies and then use a lighter weight over there. So I'm gonna get this back up to a stack. And if this is a good set, if I feel fully pumped after this, this will be it. So, not that I would ever hold back, but I'm gonna make sure I really go nuts here. I'll do some tempo reps also. Okay. Stop it. Goddamn, come on, get it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh. It's not as intense looking when you hit muscular failure with such a light weight, but that's it. Let's find some cool lighting. All right, I lied. I feel like I can, oh fuck, have I been on auto? We're good. Ah, shit. Some of these clips may have been way out of focus, but I didn't really feel like I was fully pumped after that superset. So instead of staying over there, I think I'll get a little bit out of one more. So I'll take a second to explain, but I'm gonna do a drop set. You know, the amount of force that my pecs are gonna be exerting will be less in the second portion, but I'm not changing the weight at all, right? You gotta think, the whole, you know, if I were to try to lift this weight, if the handle was like right here, halfway up this bar, it would feel twice as heavy as it does at the end of it. You know, the further your, you know, point of force is on a moment arm of like a lever like this, the easier. So I'm gonna do the first portion of the set up here on this handle that's closer to the pivot point. And then once I hit failure, put my hands lower so I've got more mechanical advantage and burn out like that. But this, I think, will do the trick. And if it doesn't, then, you know, whoop-de-doo. We're still pumped, but I want a little more. I was just talking to one of my buddies about it. I still get pumped when I'm dieted down, even though I haven't even had 100 grams of carbs today. But the pump is stingier. Like, I can tell if anything's off kilter in terms of like my hydration or maybe my exercise selection, because you can have a good workout and not be like insanely pumped. So just the nature of dieting, you know, don't be dissuaded by it if this is you. For every pump that's maybe a little subpar because you're
not so full of carbs. You're just setting yourself up for success in the future. But no more talking. Let's hit it and then get in the fancy pants bodybuilding lighting. Right after I pick a better song. This one sucks. Or I need more weight. What the fuck am I doing here? Underestimating my own strength. So those 2 reps don't count for anything. There we go. Okay. That's way too fucking heavy. Let's drop it. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay. Now we're officially done. Oh. Yeah, I think that added just a touch more blood to the area. All right. So after that one extra set, I think that was a good move. I think that definitely aided to the pump itself in terms of both, let's just say workout productivity as well as my own subjective enjoyment. Because you got to think, doing a good workout, like you feel good, you feel cool, you know you did something. You're definitely progressing as long as you get your diet and your sleep right outside of the gym. But the momentary satisfaction of the pump, look, I don't think you need me to tell you how much I fucking like it. So the only thing I need now is a fucking, a tan, a little bit more UV exposure, and then I'll be good to go. So let's see. You tell me. Oh my God. Well, all I need to do now is wait a few weeks to get all these crazy striations a little bit more out in the fucking open instead of still being covered up by just a little layer of something or other. But that's it. Let's go home. Actually, yeah. Let's go home and get those steaks cooking.
You know, I think that I am gonna start lifting towards the end of my my dieting day, because I'm getting to the point of depletion now where how full I am for the workout is actually gonna start to matter. Because I mean, it matters. You should have a couple of solid meals in you before you work out. And when I diet down, I'm not so stringent with that, because in my mind I'm like, I'm going to be in a calorie deficit anyway. I'm already not going to be massively carved up. And I think in terms of overall effect, if you work out in the morning, if you work out late in the evening after you've eaten most of your food for the day, you may be a little stronger and you may get maybe a little more pumped at the end of the day, which is what's making me think that I should kind of, push my lifts a little, well, not even a little later, but I didn't really start eating until later in the day today. Like, I've only had a fucking 1,000 calories. So I think I'm gonna start making sure I have a good carb heavy meal pre-workout. Not immediately, of course, but 2 hours beforehand. And yeah, if you diet down, you got to remember your carbs are going to start to have an effect on your energy level. When I'm fully bulked up and I'm just chowing down energy wise, I kind of feel the same all day, because I'm constantly in a fed state when I'm bulking. Big breakfast, big brunch, big lunch, big second lunch, however you want to name these meals, just pretty much eating all the fucking time. So the food doesn't really affect my energy levels. Whereas when you diet down, if you were to work out on a completely empty stomach compared to if you had like 100, even 50 grams of carbs like an hour before, you may notice. But let's say 100, 150 grams of carbs near your workout, within 2 hours ish, probably at least an hour away though, because it's not like you drink a fucking, or you eat whatever, you don't eat some rice with your chicken and then that rice immediately just fucking gives you a power up, right? This is Mario. It takes some time to actually digest and absorb. But yeah, pre-workout carbs, this isn't new shit, of course, but really all I'm saying is today I didn't have a lot of food before the workout, and I could tell, because like I was saying on that Arsenal chest press, which I now know I really like, when I'm dieted down and I'm not so fucking overloaded, or so freaking overloaded of carbs and everything else, the pump is a little bit stingier. It doesn't want to get up and go as much. So I need to make sure I take every step of preparation to its limit to make sure that before I hit my actual workout, I'm setting myself up for success. And by success, I mean some heavy sets, a solid burn and fatigue, and a freaky pump to finish it off. But yeah, another few weeks before the real freaky factor starts to emerge. But I'm in no rush. I know it's coming. Because if you make sure you're in your calorie deficit for a consistent period, I'm talking weeks after weeks after weeks, it's not a question of whether or not you're going to lose body fat, because it's not up in the air like, oh, am I actually going to lose weight if I eat? Like, if you're in a deficit, you are going to lose fat, guaranteed. I fucking bet my life on it. So it's just kind of a waiting game. And oh man, I forget his name. There's a guy in there, power lifter, pretty big dude. Fucker squatting 605 for 3. He's making me feel like I gotta start my bulk up again. Because I wanna get back to squatting crazy heavy. In due time. For a good chest day, definitely fucking maintained some strength, stimulated the fibers. Insert 3 more lifting buzzwords. But let's cut to the kitchen and discuss. I can discuss whatever else while I make. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to just make one of those steaks, or if I should just sear all 3 and then save. Yeah, I think I'll have to. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll have to sear all of them, and then save some for later tonight. But let's cut to the kitchen, which in the time period between that opening clip and now, I actually cleaned. It was kind of it was a mess, but now it is in order. So let's get in there.